Okay, so it is now time for Ash's battle against the second Elite Four member, Bruno. And Bruno is going to send out his Hitmonchan to start. Ash will respond by sending Snorlax out. And this battle will quickly become that of the quick moving Hitmonchan getting lots of moves in. Well, the slow moving Snorlax doesn't seem to feel a thing and hits with twice the power that Hitmonchan hits for. And so the exchange continues for a long time until eventually both of them look very exhausted. And in the end, Snorlax collapses onto Hitmonchan, and the weight of Snorlax is enough to take Hitmonchan out, so it's a double knockout, prompting the release of Hitmonlee and Rhyhorn. Ash calls for an earthquake while Bruno tells his Hitmonlee to quickly use a Mega Kick. The ground shakes as Earthquake is released, and Mega Kick is able to find its mark, this being the jaw of Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn shakes this move off and uses a Mega Punch. Bruno this time calls for a low kick, and the two hits connect, with Mega Punch hitting the top of Hitmonlee's head. Well, Hitmonlee sweeps Rhyhorn's legs out from under him. Both attacks do a lot of damage. However, only one Pokemon fell, and unfortunately this Pokemon also finds that it can't get back up. Ash sighs before sending out Eevee. This battle goes quick, with Ash calling for Eevee to use Swift and Climb the Stars to dodge a Mega Kick. And then Ash calls for a Double Edge, while Bruno calls for an Uppercut, leading to a double knockout. Ash thinks long and hard about his next choice, knowing that this needs to be a good one. So he sends out Golduck. Bruno, on the other hand, sends out a water type of his own, Poliwrath. Ash immediately calls for an Aqua Jet, leading to Golduck quickly becoming a spiral of water that weaves around Poliwrath and slams into his back. Then it's above Poliwrath, slamming into his head, until at last Poliwrath is able to finally Dynamic Punch the Golduck, sending it out of its water jet. Then Bruno calls for submission, while Ash calls for a Psy Wave. Poliwrath is upon Golduck so fast that it's hard for Golduck to move out of the way. And unfortunately, Poliwrath is just able to catch its tail. So submission hits, but so does a wave of psychic energy. And Poliwrath falls. Golduck slowly gets to its feet, giving a thumbs up to Ash, then it too falls. Ash knows that this is bad for him. However, he also has a secret ace up his sleeve. So Ash sends out Charizard to battle Machamp. Charizard immediately goes for a Dragon Pulse. Well, Machamp goes for Thunder Punch, taking the Dragon Pulse and landing one Thunder Punch as Charizard is able to quickly take to the sky to avoid the rest of the attacks. Ash calls for a Flamethrower, and Flamethrower after Flamethrower land. Bruno then calls for Machamp to use Smackdown. So Machamp, taking his fist and hitting the ground, grabs the biggest piece of rock that he can lift from his attack and throws it at Charizard. Well, Ash once again calls for a Flamethrower. Ash watches as the bit of rock shoots through the Flamethrower. Well, the flames lick Machamp, and the stone reaches Charizard's chest. In the end, even though he crashed down onto the ground, Charizard is able to stand back up. And so Bruno sends out a Primeape. And with a Mega Kick, Charizard is down. Ash sends out his own Primeape. And the two monkey pigs begin thrashing about, hitting each other with their arms, their legs, their elbows, their knees, whatever they can use, over and over. And the end result? Ash's Primeape comes out on top. And that's all for this part. Next time we'll see Ash versus Agatha. But till then, later.